Hey, welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 with Jason at CasualT Gaming. We left off the last episode with the consideration of increasing our goods train supply up to Corpus Christi. And I figured the best place to start is over here in Anaheim to see how are we doing on this train. This train has 176 available. And the passenger train is on approach. It's not quite profitable. And the goods train is already left with another 162. So we're going to go ahead and clone our goods train here in order to... There we go, making sure that it comes out of the right train depot. In order to go ahead and get started with bringing more goods back and forth down this line. Now, again, my lack of signaling is biting me in the butt because I have a wait signal here, but no intermediate signals. So let's just go ahead and take care of that. So what I was confirming before I did this was that our factory is able to output the demand that we have coming out of Corpus Christi, way to the north. And it certainly appears like it does have the ability to do that. So because of that, I want us to be able to take advantage and ship as much of this from Anaheim over here over to... Sorry about that, over here to Independence and then up to Anaheim. So the second half of this is that we need a second cargo train up to... We need a second cargo train going up to Corpus Christi. And this train is on approach. It's right there. So we'll go ahead and let that one come in first. And then we will... and then we'll go ahead and clone it and carry more goods once it leaves. So this passenger train to Anaheim is kind of bouncing back and forth on profitability. We don't have enough room for our tram. So let's go ahead and upgrade this to the new vehicles that are significantly larger. And I think now that Independence is growing significantly, we're going to go ahead and put in the counterclockwise tram as well. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to put in the clockwise tram. Good thing I made sure. That'll hopefully spread the people out a little bit so there's not quite as much of a crush on the counterclockwise tram. And let's also make sure that we're not doing any weird loops. We're not. We're in good shape. And then people just need to figure out that we've got 2 trams now. And now that it's left, let's go ahead and clone the the Corpus Christi goods train. So it's an electric train and 6 boxcars. Electric train and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxcars. And we'll go with that. Okay, so our factory is able to meet this demand right now, which is wonderful. Train 3. What is train 3? Oh my, it's still... It's our Gilbert construction train, and it is still a steam train. That's very odd. So is that one, though, so that might explain quite a bit of it. Alright, time to start replacing steam trains. No electric path. Oh, do we have some non-electric tracks? Are we kidding? We do have non-electric tracks. My word. Let's try that one more time. Uh-oh. Okay, let's go look at all of the tracks. Okay. Okay, the passenger line is already electrified. And these we'll just have to keep as diesels. Okay. No objections this time. Okay, time to upgrade everything to electric. What are we doing here? We don't want slow steam trains. Wow, there's a lot of them here in Corpus Christi. Okay. Oh, we're gonna come back to that one. We don't want slow steam trains holding up our faster electric trains. Okay. So I think that means we have quite a few steam trains that we need to update. Now that we're in 1973 and all, you know, we might want to move on to electric or diesel. And some of these I am literally going to just swap out the train car. Well, we have 88's a good number. I like that. Do we need 2 trains on that line? Making 3.2 million. 80 something passengers. Sure, why not? We've got the cash to spend. Here comes more steam trains. Okay, we'll make this one a diesel. And we're gonna make you a double diesel because you're carrying a lot. But I don't want you to be a pusher. And Washington to Corpus Christi passengers. All right. All right, who else is steam? Come out wherever you are. If you're a steam train, I want to see you and I want to replace you with something better. All right. We need to increase flow to this guy because he's out of logs already. So what we're going to do is we're going to double the ability for this station to receive trains. And the way I plan to do that is this line is going to stop. Back here is probably good. And over there. And Bellevue lost the mill will now be 3. And then we come back down here. And we configure this one with track on the other side. And we're going to do another high-speed rail, of course. I got a little too close there. There we go. Signal to wait. And let's put some trains onto that line. Now, one thing I do want to make sure I do still. It might be easier on this side. Yeah, actually. Yeah, it is if I ever need to like replace a train all the way from the depot, I want to make sure I have a route to do that. So we are calling this Tampa, or are we going to call this Bellevue? Bellevue logs to mill 2. And we're going to need some trains for that route. And let's see what happens. Let's hopefully get to the point where we can have more than 22 waiting on the platform. Okay, what's going on with Bellevue logs to mill number 1? Oh. I told you to stop, but now I want you to continue your journey because you are ready to go and collect logs. Train barely fits. Loading, 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 and away. I think we may have too many. Nope, we only have one. Ugh. That train can do 87. This train can only do 62. Sorry, but you're gonna have to get upgraded. Alright, so let's see what kind of production we have now. 360 stored. Production has not increased because it says this factory doesn't need them. Bellevue, Tampa. Tampa's mostly getting its tools, but let's help them out here with a little bit of city building. Ah, the one building not covered. Why did that truck stop? Alright, so let's see what's going on down here. And maybe if we increase our Bellevue delivery, we can increase Yeah, Bellevue still wants another 40, so we can theoretically do that. Bellevue won't mind a little bit more help with the distributing of this cargo. $194. There we go. Salinas, Concord, and Frisco are far away. Technically not out of reach if we decide that we want to do a double line with some more cargo. We might do that and just get this factory tooled all the way up. Which would theoretically mean this factory would get tooled up. But that is going to have to be for another episode. We've got, let's check our profitability of our lines real quick. We've got one, this logs line is not very profitable. Why is that? What is happening over here? I think we may have one too many trains on this line. Three and three. And maybe that'll help maintain our profitability. Actually, we don't even need the second line right now. We have not enough demand from the tools factory for the planks, and therefore only one line is running with any sort of consistency. Yeah, we're just dumping a bunch in there. So let's let this guy finish delivering. And then we'll sell. And we'll sell. You guys. There you go. No trains on that line. Maybe we shouldn't put any more logs over there. All right. We're going to continue optimizing. Let's take a look at our city growth, because that was what I said was the other thing we were focused on. And we do. We have our first city of 1,000 people. It's Washington, D.C. 1,008, maybe 1,002. Let's take a look at our chart. That's a pretty good growth. You know what? We're going to come back for one more episode of this game, of this map, before we wrap things up. Salinas, surprisingly, is 740. Given that it's not getting any goods or any supply right now. That's hilarious. Corpus Christi is getting plenty of supply, has plenty of destinations, And is it because of the poor noise that we're so far down from Washington? Maybe it is. Regardless, Washington is over 1,000. We might play with one more game on this map in order to kind of just take one more look at our town before, or at our cities before we move on to a new map. Thank you for tuning in, commenting, liking, and subscribing. I will see you guys on the next one.